Alrighty guys, welcome back to another very special episode of Grim Reaper RC. You guys can see that we already have the Losi Promotos on the bench and these things look absolutely insane. We have the Supermoto over here and we have the Dirtbike over here. They're both freewheel spinning super well because in the last video we did the adjustment on the brake and it was so much easier than the video that Losi put out. So make sure you guys go check that out if you haven't seen it already. We've got an amazing little vest on this RC rider, which is absolutely awesome. I do have those on my eBay account if you guys haven't checked that out already. I do have some sweatshirts coming in, and I do have a different set of gear coming for these riders, but these are my two Promotos, so let's get right into them, see the differences, see what I've done, and my little bit of a review after going through about 4 or 5 battery packs. Well, Zooey Mama, take a look at the way that thing shines. Absolutely insane. The wheels, tires, the rider, everything still looks really good. I'm going to push the brand new dirt bike back. We have one for comparison. As you guys can see, the rollers aren't even used. This thing is absolutely brand new. Still has the little tag on it. It looks absolutely amazing. I have not used this thing yet, and I probably won't be using it. I'm going to be putting a custom body on there, and that is about it, and a custom rider figure. Now, as you guys can see on my watch, I actually just have a update right there about a notification. So while I notify you guys about subscribing, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. And in the comments, drop below how many dirt bikes do you guys have, real and RC, and what have you done to them? Have you done any upgrades? What are the cool little mods you've done in them? I definitely want to know. So let's start off in the rear over here, taking a look at the Supermoto rear tire, which looks absolutely amazing. I love the way this thing looks. I think it is mounted properly, even though in Losi's photo they have the little grabbers going the opposite direction, but it's all right. It still drives perfectly. And as you guys can tell, the arrow is backwards, but if we go like this, it's perfectly forward. So I really don't know what's backwards and what's forward. I know that the brake disc is on backwards, but it is because of uneven wear. As you guys can see right here, the dirt bike one is normal. So the Supermoto front tire is much thinner than the in the front than in the rear, obviously. Much thicker rear tires. Absolutely insane, super beefy. I love it. I actually just oiled up my chain last night, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I will be doing another video coming up very shortly on how to oil your chain, how to maintain it, and how to keep it updated and running properly, so that way you guys aren't expanding chains super often and breaking them and needing to get new ones or making them super rusty. You definitely don't want them to be getting rusty. We also have the aluminum trail arm back there in comparison to the plastic one over there. There is a huge difference between them. We also have the upgraded rear sprocket, which looks absolutely insane. That goes all the way, that's actually right here. And then we actually have the, I guess you can say what is the hub assembly. I'm not really too sure, but we do have that upgraded part as well in the front and in the rear. I believe we do have a upgraded brake disc on here. I think this is the stainless steel one, the 7075 upgraded one, and that's the regular one. You guys can see by the color difference, it's a little bit darker. We do have the vest on here, which looks absolutely insane. I love the way this little rider vest looks. I think it's super neat. I ended up scraping off the body one of the first times driving it. So I know some of you are probably wondering how much oil I've actually gone through chain lubrication. Now, I actually do have, which I'm going to show you in another video when this is gone, which it will be gone fairly shortly. I'm basically right at the Losi logo. Now, as you can see, I did just put some chain lube on it. Now, you're supposed to do it every time you drive, but I actually haven't. I've driven this thing 5 or 6 times, and I never ended up changing it up. So I have some secret projects over here. I'm going to cover you up real quickly. We are over by the window now for some natural light. This is all of the dirt and muck that came off of it. Is kind of a lot for that little chain, so definitely make sure you're keeping it clean and keeping it oiled. This is after cleaning it, and then I oiled it. I went up in a pretty sick wheelie, ended up scraping it. I didn't have this piece on, scratched this. It's all right though, not a big deal. I ended up scratching the name back here too, so I ended up just painting it white, a little bit of a dirty white, so it looks like it has been used. But I'm going to get a sweatshirt and actually double-sided tape the hoodie up, so that way it just protects the rider. These riders are like $70 for these figures. It's absolutely insane. Losi is definitely using it as a little bit of a money grab, but it's okay. We know we're all still going to have an extra one and an extra one in the package, so that we're all set. Carbon fiber wrap the seat, goes all the way through. Yeah, I'm not gonna put my hand over there, but yeah, you guys can see it goes all the way through. Looks absolutely amazing. I love the way that the carbon fiber weave looks on there in comparison to the stock black one. Now, also the carbon fiber, keeping it continuous, is on the exhaust in comparison to just the regular black exhaust. So we do have a little bit of upgrades on there. Now, the rollers are something that you guys are gonna actually need a few of if you plan on driving this thing on the street, because they do wear out unevenly. In comparison, you guys can see that this roller is actually already a little bit larger than this one, and I only have a few battery packs in it. I mean, this thing isn't even dirty. It's not even scratched up basically anywhere other than where the flip ski happened right there, but it's not too bad because I actually have a wrap kit coming, as I talked about a little bit previously. The wrap kit's gonna look super cool. I'm gonna do a full video on it. I'm gonna do a video on this wrap kit, and I have another one coming for this. I do have the yellow plastics for this rider. I am gonna switch this one over. I'm gonna keep the dirt bike ones kind of nice, so if I need parts or anything like that, I can just take it off of this, put them on the one that I'm using, and then I can just order them and then reinstall it onto this one. Makes life so much easier having a backup vehicle. I actually have backup vehicles for most of my RC cars inside of the studio, if you didn't know. Optimus, I've had about 3 or 4 Optimus Primes. I've kept the original one. I'm probably never going to get rid of it. And I actually don't use the original one much because I don't want it to get destroyed. So I actually have a few different ones that I use out at different areas. We have the elbow pads here, which I am going to double-sided tape down to. Once I switch the rider figure jersey over and I put the sweatshirt on, I'm going to double-sided tape these to the sweatshirt just to keep the sweatshirt a little bit nice. I don't care if the vest gets all ripped up because that looks super nice, and then I'll just add a little bit of airbrush brown into the areas that get ripped up so it looks like it's super dirty or like he fell or something happened and it's all scratched up. I'm probably going to add also a little logo or something back here too. Maybe even add one of these bad boys onto right here. I think that would look super cool, even though it would look better on this side like this. I'm pretty sure it would bobble around way too much and it has a chance of hitting the ground. But if it's back here like this, the only place that gets hit by the road is this area and this area. So here should be protected. It will just bobble around. I'm going to have to get a different setup for that going. We're working inside of my little editing area. We're not inside of the full-on Grim Reaper RC studio right now, but that is okay. These things look absolutely insane. I'm a huge fan of them. They do get a little bit scuffed up in the back super easy, but other than that, these things are absolutely awesome. The rollers, I wish they did come with a little bit better plastic rollers. These are a little bit, they wear a little easy. Other than that, nothing wears, nothing tears down too quickly. If you adjust the brake once you get it after your first few rides just to wear all the parts in, and then you adjust the brake, it will be all set. You'll have no issues. You'll have it free spinning. You'll be able to brake and everything like that and have no problems. These things are just absolutely awesome. There's no way around it. I thought I wasn't going to like these things. I ended up getting one, liking it so much, and I acquired this brand new one in a trade for a axial rift that I custom built, which you guys have seen on my shorts video. I actually didn't have it in the studio too long. It was the tan one with the black and orange Fox livery, which goes perfect with these because it was this Fox racing. It wasn't the Fox Shock, so that was super perfect. So taking a look at the stock Promoto over here, you guys can see that basically the tires are much larger. If we take a look at where they basically go to this black end point on the shock, And if we go up to here, they are much shorter. So even in the back, you can see it's hovering on the stand there, and this Dunlop on this side is actually sitting on the table right here. So it is a little bit bigger with the dirt bike wheels in comparison to the Proline Racing on-road Supermoto wheels, but that's all right. That's not really a big deal. It doesn't have too much of an effect on it. I haven't even really scraped that much, as you guys can see right here. I do use this basically just on the street, and I can see right there there's about 5 or 6 different gnawing lines, so that's not even really a big deal. I have had some chain slap right there, so I do have to pay attention to that. Looks like the chain rubbed a little bit on the aluminum, which I'm not too big of a fan of. That means that this is getting a little bit loose, so I'm going to have to watch that, keep a close eye on it. I just did oil it up, as you guys can tell. My fingers were oily after that. I do have one little scratch on the foot there. Not too big of a deal, though. It's not even really too bad. Doesn't even look like it was really damaged. And I've been going pretty hard on this thing. I've been driving it very fast on 100%. It's awesome. It's just an absolutely insane bike. I've had no issues with it. Also, the shock is upgraded in there. We do have aluminum end cap on it down here. And we have an aluminum shock end cap right there. So it works perfectly. Love the way it looks. Love the way it handles. It is just an absolutely great RC car. So, extra pieces and parts. What did I get for this so far? I do have chains that I actually have that are over in the other area. They are in the shop side of the Grim Reaper RC studio. But right here we have the front tire. We have the rear tire, which is the dirt bike version. I am actually going to get a black version of these later on once the hobby shop has them. I do have the yellow fender kit, which looks absolutely awesome. I love the way this looks, and it comes with the different colors for the stand too. So I'm definitely going to change this stand, and I'm going to put these yellow plastics on this one here. Now, I also do have the black rider jersey. So I am going to throw this one on here after I get the sweatshirt and everything like that. I'm just going to do everything at once, all of the upgrades, just so I know what I'm throwing on and what I have for extra. So if I take off brand new pieces, I can put them in the old packages, seal them up, and keep them for later on if I have any issues, which I probably won't because of how absolutely insane this thing is. So with the way that these look being absolutely perfect so far, I'm going to actually do a brand new wrap system that's going to be a little bit thicker than the wrap that came on it. These are super easy to scratch, especially if they flip over. And this was kind of my learning stage body, so I don't mind it being too gnarred up. It's kind of fine. So I'm going to throw graphics on this one. I have kind of a beach theme graphic that I'm going to do for this one, being that it's the Supermoto. It's the out in the sun, out in the summer type one. I am going to keep this on there. Then with this one, I'm going to do the, put this on the dirt bike version over here. So if I do want to switch up and want to ride the dirt bike wheels on here, I can take the plastics off of this one and change them up. So I have the street version and the dirt version, because they are going to be different. They're going to be, one's going to be set up for the street, one's going to be definitely set up for the dirt. I may even cut the street one a little bit more in areas that gets gnarred up, just so that it's going more on the plastics underneath. I'm more fine with that. And I kind of like the way that the angled ones look a little bit better, so I may do some adjustment on that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that and for all of these upgrades that are going to be coming up very shortly on this channel. It's going to be absolutely insane. And like I said before, and I'm going to say it one more time, make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe so that we can grow this channel as much as possible in this hobby and learn as much as we can. I absolutely love the way the whited out helmet looks. I wish it came, whited out band looks. I wish it came like that from Losi. Alright guys, so that is basically it for the updates on the Losi Promoto so far. Speaking of multiples of RC cars, take a look at how many WR8s we have over here. It is absolutely insane. We have a bunch of duplicate crawlers up there as well, 2 Trail Finder 2s, just absolutely insane. The original Optimus, these things are absolutely nuts. These RC cars, I do use most of them. If they have cones on them, they are going to be used absolutely very soon on this channel, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I do have the excavator that I'm going to be matching up with the dump truck and driving that thing very soon. So it's going to be absolutely awesome. And I would love if you guys would be there for it. I also have videos on every single one of these RC cars that you see here and many, many more. So make sure you guys go watch those while you're wrenching, working on your RC, cleaning, or whatever you're doing. I hope you enjoyed the video today and learned something new. That's basically it for Grim Reaper RC today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification button, and I will see you all in the very next episode.